We're back. What's up, everybody? Benja Welldone coming at you live on this beautiful January the 26th, which is a Friday, at 5:41 in the morning. How are you doing? So, on stage, comedy show. You know, I've had so many changes in about the last 15 months. I decided to essentially re-image myself. And I don't like that term rebrand, but what I'm saying is I had short hair, and on stage I talked about I've been working on so much material. I grew out my hair. I started a company. My jiu-jitsu is phenomenally better. I wrestle now. And all of this is actually tied into me being on stage, because that's the primary. Jiu-jitsu is my balance. It's like the thing that I do, not just to improve myself, but also to stop thinking about what I usually think about, which is comedy. You know, but anyway. And I've had so many changes that now that I'm thinking different, look different, act different, I'm ready to go back on stage. And I have been going back on stage, but I have been purposely intact for like a specific reason, not been going to comedy clubs, because I wanted to bring a different product, and that different product is me. Yeah, like I said, I look different, I act different, I'm smarter, I have better material, and I'm really excited. But when I went to this comedy club on the one that I wanted to make like this big introduction, announcement, etc., the guy was on vacation. So I'm going to go to a different club and make the exact announcement. But I feel like it's really important if you know, I was hitting a lot of roadblocks in comedy clubs. Not necessarily because I wasn't being funny. That wasn't a problem. But my audience wasn't as big as it could have been as far as the material that I was saying. Now imagine me saying something that was funnier, that could apply to more people. It's more marketable, it's better, and it's more diverse, it's universal. You know, I'm not excluding anyone in a room. And I had to really train myself how to not just necessarily think differently, but how to, not like editing, but like adding more. I had to add more to my, I hate using this word, but inclusivity, to make sure, not necessarily that I wasn't making fun of anybody, all right, but that I was addressing a topic that all different types of people would understand, no matter what the topic was, or no matter what the story was, or anything. I wanted everybody to either A, feel relevant, or B, maybe they couldn't really relate, right? But they were so interested in what I was saying, they just couldn't stop listening, no matter who you were. And even a story that somebody doesn't want to stop listening to, it has to be something that is interesting enough that all crowds would want to hear. So, being a more broad version of A and B is exactly what I turned my comedy into. And it's better than it's ever been before. You know, it's a lot more punchy. There's a lot more jokes per minute. I always try to have between 4 to 6. Now I have about 6 to 8 jokes per minute, like actual laughs. And you might think that's easy, but, you know, try to make somebody laugh 6 times or even 8 times in 1 minute. Just go ahead, try. Like, you can do it 60 seconds, right? But it's more of a challenge than 4 to 6. Half of that. So, anyway, unfortunately, my update is that I drove out to a comedy club, and I didn't want to call the guy because I wanted to, you know, make an appearance and be personal whatnot, shake his hand and everything, but he wasn't there. So I'm going to continue this mission. But unfortunately, I went to this place on Wednesday, and the next comedy club that I was going to do this to opens up on a Sunday and then a Tuesday. So that's my next mission. It's like individual pages leading up before the end of the chapter, and I'm looking forward to wrapping up this chapter and starting the next one, which is doing comedy clubs again, because I have continued to work and get on stage, but I have avoided comedy clubs because I really want to, and have been, and still am always, building up my audience, which is a great essential thing to do. So I can just call up a comedy club and just be like, hey, do you want to sell this place out? Okay, let's do it. So anyway, with that being mentioned, I hope everybody has a beautiful day today. Keep pushing yourself. Thank you for tuning in and listening. And next weekend I'll have an update as far as all this is really important, because I have to get a new video. I have to get a new video of me doing my new material, looking different. All my stuff is outdated, and I don't want to miss opportunities because they're looking at a guy that I don't look like, or material and things that I'm not saying anymore. You know what I mean? So that's why it's important, not just that I make these new impressions, but also when I go to these places that I get a video of me, so that I can keep the best video, similar to like a special, like a comedy special, but kind of just like a preview, 5 or 10 minutes or something. So anyway, that's it, guys. Have a beautiful day. I'm Benja Welldone. Until next time, check me out. Peace.